In this video I'll be talking about the evolution of the Rambo knife. Not all the knives, but just the from First Blood and through to the second knife, the mission knife, which were both designed by Jimmy Lile. And then if you go to the last movie, Last Blood, and you have the Heartstopper MK9 and the MK8 buoy designed by Dietmar Pohl from Pole Force. And if you combine all those knives, you end up with something of a legacy by Dietmar Pohl. So we're just going to discuss just the little bits of tributes, I suppose you might call it, that he's incorporated into the knife and sheath from previous knives. In the near future I'll be doing videos about the Hibben knives, the Rambo 3 and Rambo 4. Anyway, so like most people, especially my age, First Blood knife sparked a big interest into knife collecting, and some of us even making knives. This one here is a tribute made by Daniele Maro from Italy. So this knife is a tribute to the Lile 1 of 13. This one actually was in the same collection as the Lile 1 of 13 screen used movie knife. My friend Kyle sent me this one, and he said that this one is the closest replica knife to the movie knife that he owns, which is pretty cool. Such an honor to be given this, and it's beautiful. So the tribute knife, the legacy knife, has green handle and saw teeth. Also has the screwdriver ends, and the sheath is tan. First Blood has the tan sheath. This one's by Francesco Nova. Got quite a few of his sheaths. Top maker. This one actually didn't come with this knife. It's one that I previously had, and this knife didn't come with a sheath. I was going to have one just the same. You might know from previous video. Same knife as this with Raven stamped into it, which is another 1 of 13 tribute knife, and the sheath that was coming with that was from Michael Perry in the UK, another one of my favourite sheath makers. Anyway, long story, Customs took that knife and sheath, or one guy in Customs, even though it wasn't a prohibited knife at the time. Still isn't, so missed out. And anyway, that's why Kyle sent me this one. Very lucky. So moving on, we have the Lile mission knife. Out of all my Rambo knives, this is my favourite, I suppose, at the moment, because it's made in the Lile workshop back in the day. And the sheath same thing, Lile sheath. So if you look at the legacy knife, has the teeth same as the first two knives. The other similarity that was like a tribute to the second knife is the sharpening rod, the diamond rod, same as the mission knife sheath, which I thought was pretty cool. And then if we skip Rambo 3, Rambo 4, not because I don't like the knives or anything, I do. I love all the Rambo knives. They just weren't involved in the process of this knife, tribute, legacy. So anyway, and I'll be doing videos on those awesome Hibbard knives in the near future. Shout out to Gil and his wife Linda. Anyway, if you want to look at some pretty cool Hibbard knives, not just Rambo, head over to Donovan Chew's channel. He has got a lot of Hibbards. Great collection. So anyway, the MK9 is the closest thing to the legacy. They are made by the same, or designed by the same person, Dietmar Pohl. So, and it is called the MK9 Legacy, so it's pretty cool. But he did want to pay tribute to the First Blood knife and the second movie knife, both by Lile. So anyway, it's like an MK9 green handle to match the First Blood, tan leather sheath match First Blood, teeth that match first and second knife, rod to match the second knife, and screwdriver ends to match both. There's also a little compartment inside there if you remove those screws, to keep a bit of a survival kit or whatever you like, same as these two knives. If you take the caps off, you've got compasses and survival kit. I've put one in the First Blood. Haven't got one in there yet, but it does have the compass. They both have movie compasses. Anyway, so the Legacy is a version of the MK9. The MK9 sheath is very similar to the Legacy sheath without the rod and slightly different colour. Then we come to the MK8. So MK8 really hasn't got much input into this knife, but it does have a bit of a it does sort of have a tribute towards the mission knife, the second knife with the black sheath, black handle. So when the Last Blood knives came out for the Last Blood movie, it was sort of like a tribute to First Blood and mission knife with the slightly green, or 80 green I think they call it, scales on the handle and black scales on the MK8, and tan sheath, black sheath. So it's like full circle, I suppose. I'm still hoping for another movie, a 6th Rambo movie. I know a lot of people would like it to be laid to rest, but I love the Stallone series and the Rocky series as well. Anyway, back to the Legacy. The sheath was made by Radar in Italy. I hadn't heard of these makers before, but apparently they're the real deal in Italy. Everyone knows about Italian leather products. Rambo knife collectors and a lot of knife collectors certainly know about the Francesco Nova sheaths. He's a master. One of my recent videos was about my Rambo knife sheath collection. If if you want to check that out, you'll see more about the sheaths. And I will be doing a video soon. I guess someone mentioned I should do one about my knife bags, which are very cool in my opinion. So just a quick look at these with the Dietmar Pohl from Italy, Jimmy Lyle Mission, Pole Force Legacy, Pole Force MK9 and Pole Force MK8. Anyway, I suppose we'll leave it there. And I heard today that there's only 4 of these remaining with the green scales. So if you're interested in one, you better head over to Pole Force on the internet and order yourself one. You won't be sorry. One more thing I didn't touch on, the thickness of the blade. It's not quite as thick as the MK9, but it is around the same thickness as the Mission knife. I haven't measured them all yet, but just looking at it, it's closer to these first 2 knives than it is to the MK9. And also, yes, the teeth are split until you get to the clip, same as the first 2 movie knives. And these things are pretty damn sharp, the Legacy, as is all the Pole Force knives. I do have the MK9 Tactical, or Tactical 9 I think it's called. It's in previous videos. I didn't think it really had a need to be in this video. So anyway, if anyone has any questions about my collection or just anything to do with the Rambo movies or knives in general, drop a line in a comment. And yeah, happy to meet people. Okay, hope you had a good weekend.